Wow.
Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In this video we will discuss the silver nerf and the implications and solutions. Before we get started, remember to hit that like button, subscribe, and comment if you have questions. As part of this guide, I will go over the nerf, the build to use, a specific shoutout, and the guide itself. So the nerf. Silver was removed from field mobs. It was actually a developer's action against botters. Apparently a lot of botters in the game itself deals with trading it for real money supposedly. As a new player I wasn't even aware something like this was going on, but after reading through the TOS patch thread on the Tree of Saber forums, this seems to be a rampant problem. So as an implication of this, a lot of new players are faced with challenges such as when you get started, you're not getting silver anymore, and what's the next step, right? And the only thing that gives silver at this point is actually episode 12 challenge mode and singularity, and that's very gear restricted. You need to have a certain requirement to be part of the party, and a lot of people won't even invite you to that. Now, from my understanding, CM7 actually gives about 1.4 million to 1.5 million. Singularity 5, which is actually really hard and requires a really coordinated team to execute, gives about 4.5 million, and that's with token only. Now, token is actually going to be removed in the next patch, which makes this even harder. It'll become a limited release like Dimensional Collapse portal tokens. So as an alternative, players actually began using multiple accounts in challenge mode. So if you have 5 accounts with one user, you're actually getting 5 times the silver. From my understanding, KTOS patch notes are starting to ban or penalize multiple account users from one IP address. So what's the next step? The next step is actually use our same trusty SR farmer build. It's exactly what was used when we were farming Bulbous Cave. I actually made a video about this. A link will be provided below for the build itself. But it is the traditional Scout, SR, Enchanter, and Thaumaturge. And why do we use this? Because it has a fast auto attack. And before we get started with the guide itself, I want to shout out to M2S from Infinity for bringing this to our attention. Now we can actually create an army of SR characters to farm. So thank you, M2S. And for viewers that are watching this video, I will provide a link to his video as well. I think his is actually more informative, but I'll do my best to do it better than him. So for the guide itself, it's nothing new. This is something we've already had. It's basically doing instance dungeons. There are 2 specific dungeons that you must do, and that is the level 270 castle dungeon and the level 330 Lanko lake dungeon. The 270 gives about 220 silver per run, and the level 330 dungeon gives about 250 silver per run. So if you actually do all 3, your yield is about 660 and 750. Runs are character based, it's not team restricted, so if you do have multiple characters in your team, you can earn more. It is actually faster if you have resets and tokens to multiply it. And as a caveat to this, if you want to, maximize your yield, is to remove any XP bonuses so you can decrease the leveling. So the first video you're going to see is me doing the farm itself at Castle Dungeon. And in Castle Dungeon, there are actually orbs throughout this map. And you want to, I believe, take out 2 of the orbs that will provide a magical circle, basically a warp zone that appears on the bottom left, or rather bottom right. And this will allow you to reach the boss zone. And that's pretty much it for this. Each run takes about 2 to 3 minutes, so it's relatively fast.
인챈트 라이트닝 이너의 힘이 라이트닝 힘이 커져라. 빠르게